Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our Telegram channel given in the description to updates and study materials. Topic for today's quiz is Plant Kingdom. Question number 1. Volvox and Fucus sexually reproduce by Option A. Isogamy. Option B. Anisogamy. Option C. Oogamy. Option D. All of them. The correct answer is Option C. Oogamy. Volvox and Fucus both undergo sexual reproduction by oogamy. It is the fusion between a large, non-motile, static, female gamete and a smaller, motile male gamete. Question number 2. The group of bryophytes having true stomata and a horn-like extension in the sporophyte is underscore. Option A. Liverworts. Option B. Mosses. Option C. Algae. Option D. Hornworts. The correct answer is Option D. Hornworts. Hornworts have a horn-shaped sporophyte and true stomata. Question number 3. Which of the following gymnosperms is considered as a living fossil? Option A. Pinus. Option B. Ginkgo biloba. Option C. Thuja. Option D. Devdar. The correct answer is Option B. Ginkgo biloba. The Ginkgo biloba tree is the only surviving species of the division Ginkgophyta. It is extinct and can only be found in certain rocky terrains of China and Japan, where both its seeds and distinctive fan-shaped leaves have been used in medicine for thousands of years in the belief that it improves memory and sharpens thinking. Question number 4. Which one of the following is heterosporous? Option A. Dryopteris. Option B. Salvinia. Option C. Adiantum. Option D. Equisetum. The correct answer is Option B. Salvinia. Salvinia is heterosporous as it produces two different types of spores. Question number 5. Underscore is the male reproductive organ in lower plants. Option A. Antheridium. Option B. Archegonium. Option C. Gynecium. Option D. Underecium. The correct answer is Option A. Antheridium. In lower plants or septogams, Antheridium is the male reproductive organ which produces sperms or male gametes, while Archegonium is the female reproductive part that bears the egg cell. The gynecium is the female reproductive part and underecium is the male reproductive part in gametophytes or phanerogami. Question number 6. In land plants, by which of the following sequence does the diploid stage progress? Option A. Gametophyte, male and female gametes. Option B. Spores, sporophyte. Option C. Zygote, sporophyte. Option D. Zygote, gametophyte. The correct answer is Option C. Zygote, sporophyte. In land plants, the diploid zygote, first cell of the sporophytic generation, develops to form the multicellular sporophyte. Question number 7. Mannitol is the stored food in Option A. Gracilaria. Option B. Chara. Option C. Porphyra. Option D. Fucus. The correct answer is Option D. Fucus. Mannitol is the reserve food material in class Pteridophytes. Fucus is a brown algae genus that comes under the Pteridophytes class. Question number 8. Which plant division has an embryo stage termed protonema? Option A. Algae. Option B. Fungi. Option C. Pteridophyta. Option D. Bryophyta. The correct answer is option D. Bryophyta. The predominant stage of the life cycle of a moss, Bryophyta, is the gametophyte, which consists of two stages. The first stage is the protonema stage, which develops directly from a spore. It is a creeping, green, branched and frequently filamentous stage. Question number 9. Water is not required for fertilization in option A. Pteridophytes. Option B. Bryophytes. Option C. Algae. Option D. Gymnosperms. The correct answer is option D. Gymnosperms. Gymnosperms do not require water for fertilization. In gymnosperms, two types of spores are produced, so the haploid stage can start as either a male or female spore. The microspore is the small, male spore. This spore will undergo mitosis in order to produce the multicellular male gametophyte. In spring, the tree will release large amounts of pollen. These pollen grains that contain the male gametophyte will travel by air and hopefully land on an ovulate cone. A pollen tube then develops in order for the newly produced male gamete to reach and fertilize the female gamete. Question number 10. Three features which distinguish angiosperms are: option A. Naked seeds, flowers, double fertilization. Option B. Double fertilization, covered seeds, flowers. Option C. Dominant gametophyte, covered seeds, flowers. Option D. Dominant sporophytes, naked seeds, double fertilization. The correct answer is option B. Double fertilization, covered seeds, flowers. Double fertilization, seeds covered by fruit wall and flowers are characteristics of angiosperms. In the angiosperms or flowering plants, the pollen grains and ovules are developed in specialized structures called flowers. In angiosperms, the seeds are enclosed by fruits. The male sex organs in a flower is the stamen. Each stamen consists of a slender filament with an anther at the tip. The anthers, following meiosis, produce pollen grains. The female sex organs in a flower is the pistil or the carpel. Pistil consists of an ovary enclosing one to many ovules. Within ovules are present highly reduced female gametophytes termed embryo sacs. The pollen tubes enter the embryo sac where two male gametes are discharged. One of the male gametes fuses with the egg cell to form a zygote, syngamy. The other male gamete fuses with the diploid secondary nucleus to produce the triploid primary endosperm nucleus, PEN. Because of the involvement of two fusions, this event is termed as double fertilization. Question number 11. The life cycle in which haploid gametophyte and diploid sporophyte phases are equally dominant is termed as: option A. Haplontic. Option B. Haplodiplontic. Option C. Diplontic. Option D. Triplontic. The correct answer is option B. Haplodiplontic. There are three broad types of alternation of generation based on the dominance of one stage over the other. Haplontic: the haploid gametophyte is the more dominant form of life. Diplontic: the diploid sporophyte is more dominant. Haplodiplontic: seen in some rare plant types where both the generations can be equally dominant. Question number 12. Archegoniophore is present in: option A. Chara. Option B. Adiantum. Option C. Punaria. Option D. Marchantia. The correct answer is option D. Marchantia. The Archegoniophore is the reproductive branch-bearing Archegonia, which is also known as the carpocephalum. The Archegoniophore is differentiated into two parts, the stalk and the disc. It is found in Marchantia. Question number 13. The gametophyte is not an independent, free-living generation in? Option A. Adiantum. Option B. Marchantia. Option C. Pinus. Option D. Polyterichum. The correct answer is option C. Pinus. Gametophyte is dependent on the sporophyte and gymnosperms. For example, pinus. Gymnosperms are vascular plants that produce seeds in cones. Examples include conifers such as pine and spruce trees. The gymnosperm life cycle has a dominant sporophyte generation. Both gametophytes and the next generation's new sporophytes develop on the sporophyte parent plant. Marchantia and Polyterichum are bryophytes and Adiantum is a fern. Question number 14. Classification based on chromosome number, structure and behavior is called option A. Chemotaxonomy. Option B. Chromotaxonomy. Option C. Cytotaxonomy. Option D. Numerical taxonomy. The correct answer is option C. Cytotaxonomy, the study of the relationships and classification of organisms using both classical systematic techniques and comparative studies of chromosomes is known as cytotaxonomy. Chemotaxonomy is the classification of plants and animals based on similarities and differences in biochemical composition. Numerical taxonomy is a classification system in biological systematics which deals with the grouping by numerical methods of taxonomic units based on their character states. Question number 15. The embryo sac in most angiosperms is made up of option A. 8 cells, option B. 7 cells and 8 nuclei. Option C. Many cells. Option D. 7 cells and 7 nuclei. The correct answer is option B. 7 cells and 8 nuclei. The embryo sac in most angiosperms is made up of 7 cells and 8 nuclei. The female sex organs in a flower is the pistil or the carpel. Pistil consists of an ovary enclosing one to many ovules. Within ovules are present highly reduced female gametophytes termed embryo sacs. The embryo sac formation is preceded by meiosis. Hence, each of the cells of an embryo sac is haploid. Each embryo sac has a 3-celled egg apparatus, 1 egg cell and 2 synergids, 3 antipodal cells and a central cell having 2 polar nuclei. The polar nuclei eventually fuse to produce a diploid secondary nucleus. Question number 16. The most common, flagellated asexual spores of algae are called option A. Aplanospores. Option B. Zoospores. Option C. Zygospore. Option D. Oospore. The correct answer is option B. Zoospores. Zoospores are flagellated asexual spores of algae. The algae reproduce by vegetative, asexual and sexual methods. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation. Each fragment develops into a thallus. Asexual reproduction is by the production of different types of spores, the most common being the zoospores. They are flagellated, motile, and on germination gives rise to new plants. Some green algae produce non-motile spores called aplanospores. An oospore is a thick-walled sexual spore that develops from a fertilized oosphere in some algae, fungi, and oomycetes. A zygospore is a diploid reproductive stage in the life cycle of many fungi and algae. Zygospores are created by the nuclear fusion of haploid cells. Question number 17. An exception among chlorophyllous bryophytes is _. Option A. Liverwort. Option B. Cryptothallus mirabilis. Option C. Selaginella. Option D. Hornwort. The correct answer is option B. Cryptothallus mirabilis. Cryptothalus mirabilis is a species of liverworts that are saprophytic. Plants of this species are white as a result of lack of chlorophyll, and their plastids do not differentiate into chloroplasts. Question number 18. A crucial requirement for reproduction in pteridophytes, which limited their expansion, is underscore. Option A. Wind. Option B. Insects. Option C. Water. Option D. Organs. The correct answer is option C. Water. Even though the reproductive morphology of pteridophytes is well developed with features that included motile multiflagellated sperms, they still need water as a medium to transfer them. This meant they needed to stay close to a water source in order to reproduce. Question number 19. Archegonia are the sex organs in option A. Algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes. Option B. Bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Option C. Gymnosperms and angiosperms. Option D. Bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. The correct answer is option B. Bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms. An archegonium is a multicellular structure or organ of the gametophyte phase of certain plants, producing and containing the ovum or female gamete. The corresponding male organ is called the antheridium. The archegonium has a long neck canal or venter and a swollen base. Archegonium is seen in bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Question number 20. Which is the largest flower in the world? Option A. Rafflesia anneldi. Option B. Cacti. Option C. Lotus. Option D. Titanium. The correct answer is option A. Rafflesia anneldi. Rafflesia anneldi is a species of flowering plant in the parasitic genus Rafflesia. It is noted for producing the largest individual flower on earth. It has a very strong and horrible odor of decaying flesh, earning it the nickname corpse flower. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now, link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.